no matter what. I'm feeling great.
Going back and talking about peace on earth, is there some special experiment that you conducted in your lab? And, you know, it's like a breakthrough experiment, I understand. Would you be interested in talking about that at this point?
Yes, we also have, we not only have our labs, we also work with a couple of universities around the world together. And the scientists are having this, you know, having that goal, sometimes not too much, because these people, the scientists, are sitting in the laboratories and just looking for the findings. And, you know, this is, there's where I see my role, to take these findings, to transform it in really daily use. And it may maybe take a few decades to reach the goal. What we're talking about is to change it, but the future can't be stopped, and it should be obvious for everyone that the team which are working on tapping the energy, and they are also find that they also find out something that is very special. I can't talk too much about that, but it will be published soon in one of the major magazines, that the possibilities with the neutrino beams, and we talk about artificial neutrino beams, are much wider than we expect yet. And there were it was really possible in the laboratory to neutralize atomic radiation by neutrinos, and we will publish these things very soon. I think these 2 points of view, this part where I think a lot of research has to be done, but the other thing is like the tapping the energy and helping our society to take the next step in the electrical age. This has already started. And we have two very strong allies. You know, not only Goody, what she said, I fully agree to her, but we have two more very strong, unbeatable allies behind our idea, and this is the time and the sun. And so I'm sitting here and smiling, because I know, I see this transforming process has already started, and I'm very happy to work with Goody. I'm very happy to work with a lot of other scientists for a better world, for more benefits for humanity, for doing scientific research with a real sense.
Right. You know, the next question that just came to my mind is, again, going back to talking about science and spirituality together, are we equipped? Because in my mind, these neutrinos sound so divine. So are we equipped, like technologically and ethically, to handle the neutrinos and the neutrino energy and everything that it's going to bring with it?
Absolutely. When every morning when I go to my office, I have a good feeling in doing that, what I'm doing, because I know what we are doing, what our team is doing is something positive. And maybe that is my way to explain that what Woody has very well explained. I think this is something what will change the world in the next decades, for sure. There's no doubt.
We have to be aligned with the Supreme Consciousness in order to be able to work with the neutrinos and to be able to harness the energy of the neutrinos. We have to be in connection, in link with the Supreme Consciousness. And that elevated consciousness is probably going to allow us to go exactly where we need to go in terms of the harnessing of the energy for non-violent means. So Sister Goody, would you like to add anything to that?
When Mr. Schubart recently told me about this deep transformation of radioactive energy, I instantly had the thought that this must be the energy of the Supreme. And then I thought, the Supreme is able to transform any kind of doubt, illusion, adulteration in human consciousness once we are linked with it. In the same way, through the human consciousness, the One is able to reach particles of matter and give them the power to really retransform into their original character trait. Because I came to know that nuclear atoms won't be malign in their origin. And we have learned here from very divine sources that nuclear energy will be used in a new era of benevolence and truth. But they would be completely non-violent. As they have been, so they will be again. And what I understand now, through the presence of the One energy, these radioactive particles producing pollution, fatal damages, fear of annihilation, all this will disappear once we apply methods like those who have been found and mentioned shortly, in order to let matter do the good that it can do among the particles. The One in the back just gives them the transformation power and the silent light to do it. The scientists are doing the practical work. And those scientists who are linked with this One energy that is but a very, very tiny spark of invisible, immaterial energy, will get faster, better, and more successful results in this term of non-violence. The One being linked with the scientists will again bring protection from misuse of these sacred technologies that will be found. This in short. We can continue for ages.
Yes, I'm sure we're just starting to understand. Probably we're not even scratched the surface. I mean, there is so much more to this. I can totally feel it as you speak, that it's bigger than the universe. This whole aspect of neutrino energy and the things you talked about. You just mentioned the word immaterial energy with reference to the supreme consciousness. So could you please, in a few lines, explain to us what that means?
Well, it's very, very simple. It's simply immaterial. It has nothing to do with any phenomena of this world that we can see. Yet the soul, the timeless consciousness in each human being, that is between the two parts of the brain as a tiny spark of supernatural light. This intrinsic consciousness of a human being, in religion we call it the soul, is able to recognize other immaterial entities, because itself it is immaterial.
Okay.
And it is able to also catch the unique, almighty, very, very fine, extremely rational, extremely love-filled energy of the One. So this consciousness of the human being alone is able to recognize what God really is. And it is beyond all kinds of belief.
Okay.
Because the One is interested in giving experience. And the experience of truth takes place automatically. Once the human being is alert enough, courageous enough to experience itself as a being of luminous light that is immaterial, like the One's light, yet not identical with it.
Okay. Thank you, Sister. This question is probably for Mr. Schubart. I have also read about the neutrinos being referred to as mysterious particles, and I'm not sure where that term came from, but I was just wondering, will they help us solve the mystery of the universe, or maybe help us understand the evolution of the universe in any way?
Of course, I'm thinking so. So every week now, every month, you see a lot of more findings what scientists have, and I really appreciate that. But I see it a little bit like goodies see it. I see it not under this point of view. Maybe it's interesting to know how this universe why the universe is existing, and if these particles are coming from 20 million years or not. I see it under this point of view where anybody can see it. Neutrino energy and these findings will change the world completely within the next decades. It will change anything. And we are now in the beginning, and I'm very happy also to have this point of view under that what Goody said, because I think the world needs this change. When you see what has happened, what we did with our Earth, what we did with our planet, when you see all that, the world has to be changed. And we want to do, I will give my best. And, we live, of course, in this daily world where just money responsible nearly for everything. So what I will do also, we will make a big IPO with Neutrino Energy Group, maybe even next year on the New York Stock Exchange. We will donate all our money for scientists, for making research, for more benefits for the humanity, for finding things what make the world better. This is where I am staying for. Makes the world better.
Shall we conclude with a meditation commentary by Sister Goody for a couple of minutes?
Is it okay we meditate for a few minutes and spread energy and spread immaterial energy to all particles and to all human beings?
For me, absolutely okay.
I. The immaterial, abundant, of the one supreme, timeless essence. The absolute truth. I'm open to absorb in myself all the divine attainments that the One provides to me in a single timeless moment. I'm free. It's the one source of highest intelligence, yet completely egoless identity. Abundant intelligence, interdisciplinary truth, is the consequence of the presence of the One with me. Yes, change is gonna happen. Not to be held up. Change has started and will become obvious through this non-violent, gentle, revolution. That changes human mankind in what it really originally was. Perfect creation of God, with complete ability to rule nature, to make nature cooperative, through its completely refined, never-ending benevolence. The love of the only one is showing us in these days how to change in order for us to be the change and to bring the change without the slightest bit of pain or sorrow. I am in the presence of the one immaterial light. His silent companion, forever this will be the case and I'm free to be what I really am. Light. Spreading non-violent light to all human beings, to all material particles, making them trust us again, making them come close to us, as we won't misuse, as we would appreciate and love nature. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Sister Goody, for that wonderful meditation commentary. I'd like to conclude this session with a very poignant message from Paramahamsa Tiwari. And I would also like to thank you, Mr. Schubart, again for joining us. And like I said, we look forward to continuing this discussion again. So we would look forward to having you with us again.
Thank you very much. It was a very big pleasure to be here today with you in Goody.
So I'm going to read this paragraph by Paramahamsa Tiwari, the former executive director of the Nuclear Power Corporation, Department of Atomic Energy, India. The awareness about the one immaterial source of energy from beyond the universe that recreates the fundamental particles of matter, and with their combination, all matter of the universe, such as galaxies, stars, etc., will lead to the development of new technologies. It is an absolute call of this time to put heartfelt emphasis on the fact that this divine invisible spark of immaterial energy is the basis of all creation of a new world. Without the one immaterial energy, not even a speck of matter can be created or transformed in the universe. We are called to remember this energy and link with it, as it is our original nature to be in its divine protecting company. That makes us understand this huge ongoing change and promote and handle it with utmost non-violent wisdom. Brother Holger, we are extremely pleased to have you here today. And on behalf of Godlywood Studio, production team, the IT team, and the English department, I would really like to thank you again for being with us.
And of whole humanity.
On behalf of whole humanity, as Sister Goody mentioned.
And the one.
And the one.
Yes, we will. So thank you very much. I say goodbye. Goodbye from Berlin. Have a nice afternoon. You have a late afternoon, this evening, and we will phone on later on. And thank you very much again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye from Berlin. Bye to all. Bye-bye.
We've had this extremely extraordinary discussion today. This discussion is going to propel our consciousness into a higher consciousness, understanding the role of the Supreme Consciousness and the role of neutrinos and the human beings in bringing in an era of peace and harmony is no small event. We will continue this discussion, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we did. And we'd definitely like to thank Mr. Schubart and Sister Goody for shedding light on this aspect. The Supreme Consciousness wishes all His children to be elevated. So it's not the responsibility of just one group of people, but it is the responsibility of all of us to link with the One Supreme and make this a reality and not just a vision, where we actually see the coming of the new era as a definite happening. Thanks for watching us, and if you have any questions that you would like to address, or if you would like to write to us, please do so. And we look forward to hearing from you again. Have a great day.